Hello again, whiskey friends. I'm Darrell, the Whiskey Saint. Welcome back for another video, guys. What we're going to be doing today is diving into another review. I know I've been getting into like blind pours recently, but kind of want to get back down the path of, just reviewing some good whiskey or potential good whiskey. What we're going to be doing today, guys, is reviewing and talking about the latest from Old Forester, that 1924 that we all heard about. Finally putting an age statement on the front of the bottle, 10 years. Only thing, it's at 100 proof, which I wish, they were kind of putting it a little higher, 110, 115 in that range. But full transparency, I have not even tasted this bottle. Good looking to my good buddy Jeff, always putting bottles in my hands that I can review, which is great. Poured some out for a couple people, and it's my turn to kind of dive in and see what I think. So literally not a fresh crack, but it's going to be a first taste for me. So stick with me, guys. We're going to kick the show off, then just dive right into that bottle. Cheers. Welcome back, guys. Well, no further ado, let's just dive right in. But just looking at this, like right by eye, like the color in this is pretty dark. Like you can see that through the camera, which is nice. So you know that it's probably got a decent amount of, oak presence or barrel influence, should I say, from the color. You look at regular Old Foresters, even their barrel strengths, I don't think are as dark. Yeah. Well, they're close, and this is uncut. So yeah, they proofed this down to 100. So I would imagine right out the barrel, this thing was probably black. This is some nice color. But we're going to dive in and give you my first impression. It hasn't, I think it got cracked a couple days ago, but had some time to get some air into it. So it's not a fresh crack in a sense, but we're going to give it a go and see if I think it's actually worth you guys hunting or not. Let's give it a little spin, and we're going to dive in on the nose, guys. Cheers. So right on the nose, this is actually reminding me of it's not like an oatmeal. Could it be oatmeal? It's almost like an oatmeal cookie, like a cinnamon raisin cookie. Like the nose on this is actually really, really, really nice. I haven't seen anybody review this. I know there's some reviews out, but I've been kind of shying away from checking those out just not to influence me on any of the notes that they picked up. But I'm digging the nose. Get a nice amount of oak on there, but it's that cinnamon raisin like cookie. Oh man, it's really, really nice. A little bit of spice, nothing crazy. But yeah, that barrel influence is nice. You could tell this has some age to it just from the oak that you're getting on the nose. Like it's nice. I'm hoping the palate follows suit because I'm digging this. I can sit here and just keep nosing it all day. Enough with that. I'm thirsty. Haven't had anything to drink yet. We're going to dive in, guys. Oh, wow. Huh. That's nice. Instant flavor, like it's almost a flavor bomb up front, but usually when you think flavor bomb, like you would imagine that it has like a long finish as well. Finish time kind of dies off a little quick for me, but the initial flavors on the front to mid palate on this are lovely. It reminded me of, I'm not, I don't really want to say it, but is it the King of Kentucky? Like it's probably a very, very similar profile. I know they're both Brown Foreman, but I think King of Kentucky uses like the early times mash bill. I'm not sure honestly what Old Forester uses, but this reminded me up front of the initial like flavor that you get off of King of Kentucky. Obviously, it's nowhere near that, but it reminded me of that. It actually, on the nose, it comes off older than 10 years to me. I know it's minimum 10 years, so I would imagine it's probably some older stuff in here. Let me get another sip, guys. So, second sip kind of mellowed it out a bit. It wasn't as much of like a flavor bomb up front, but all the flavors are nice. Like it's not a whiskey that I'm blown away by. I'm not even sure what these actually cost retail. I think they may be like $90, I believe, at most places. I think 90 to 100. I think I've been seeing them now on secondary go for about 150 to 175. They're dropping a decent amount, which they should. These bottles are going to be sitting on the shelves, give it about a year, but depending on what that price is that they set in, personally, I think it's a buy. I'm gonna go back and look at some videos to see what everybody else, had to say about it. But I'm really digging the initial flavors up front. Nice oak, nice vanilla, that cinnamon raisin. It kind of transitions over to the palate as well. My only downside to it, just the finish is pretty short. Like it does sit on your tongue with a little bit of spice, but that dissipates rather quickly. It is 100 proof. Am I expecting it to blow me away in terms of just finish? No. But there's some 100 proof whiskey and some whiskey that's under 100 proof, i.e., the new Michter's 10 for 2023. And those have crazy finishes for, I think, 94 proof, which is kind of insane. So I was hoping that this had a little bit more on the mid to back palate, but the front and mid of this is really, really good. And the nose on this is lovely. It almost has that remnants of like that dusty, like what you get off the new Michter's 10. Like you could tell that it's older than 10 years. Like I wouldn't be surprised if there's some 12 to 13-year-old whiskey in this bottle from how it's nosing. It's not coming across super high aged on the palate, but that nose smells a lot older than 10 years to me. It's going for another sip, guys. Yeah, I'm liking everything about this. It's kind of like I don't want to say a baby Michter's 10, but a lot of the vibes that I get off of that new 2023 bottle, I kind of get on here. Different taste profile, but has similar notes to like that dusty funk you get, that oak presence, the vanillas. But I can't get past that cinnamon, like just raisin cookie that I got in this. Oh man, this is a really really good pour, guys. Like I said, I'm curious to see if anybody thought the same or if they thought different. Why? But personally, for me, in my profile, I dig it. Like I said, I wish it was a little bit higher proof, but even at 100 proof, like this is a great sipper. I just want to keep literally diving back into the nose. The nose is probably the standout on this, but the palate isn't a slouch, in my opinion. I think it's pretty tasty. We're going to take one more sip, guys. We're going to end this off. Yeah. Like my final take, guys, if you see it at retail, which I think is in that 90 to 100 range, I think it's worth it. You have the 1920s that are higher proof, you got the 1910s at a double oak, but this is like that happy medium, even though it's more money than both of those. For what it is, I prefer this, I believe, over both of those bottles. Even though the 1920 is, 115 proof, hits you a little bit more. But just the flavors on this, I dig. Like if this came at 115 proof with this flavor, this thing would be, I think, killer. Killer. But yeah, guys, if you can find it at retail, I think it's a buy. Definitely try it before you buy it too, just in case. But for me, I'm happy. I'm definitely happy. Big shout out to my guy Jeff, man, for hooking me up. But yeah, this is a good bottle, and I sent some samples out to some people. I'm curious what their thoughts are once those are in hand. But me personally, guys, I think it's a buy if you can find it at retail. If it's a little over retail, maybe $20 or so, just say like 125 max is maybe where I would potentially pay, for one of these. But yeah, this is some good whiskey. Some good whiskey. But we're going to wrap it up, guys. Thanks for tuning in for another video. If you're new to that channel, which I didn't say in the beginning, hit that like and subscribe. Thanks for kicking with me this far. And we're going to end it here with some nice tunes from my man, David. Till next time, guys. Cheers.
Jeff, just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again. Oh, Jeffrey, you should just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello